Okay. Hi, Joe. You don't normally, I didn't see you. So I think it's the first one. I know you send lots of it's so nice to see you. It's your second. Aha, so lovely. Thank you for joining us. Jeannie, nice to see you. Hey, yeah. Okay, there's probably more people turning up, but there's 30 of us so far. Now, there was a bit of hoo-ha last time because there was people asking personal questions or telling large chunks of stories with the questions, and people just want to get on, and it went on for quite a while. And I'm crap at saying no. It's one of my challenges of life, but I have to learn to do it when I have kids. No, you can't have the ice cream. And so I'm going to have to get stricter. So it's like no personal questions, one question. So if you've got 2 in mind or 3 in mind, you pick the one that you really want to ask, your favorite one. Now, the reason being, it's lovely that everyone will get a chance to speak and ask a question. And if we're spending too much on somebody, then I'm only going to spend between 2 and 2.5 hours. I'm not going to go over. I'm going to be strict. I've got a long day. I've got clients later on, and then a gold session. So I'm going to be sort of more stricter. There may be times when I can go on for longer, or I want to go on for longer, because I do enjoy the Q&As. It's one of my favorites. I love what comes out. So yeah, just to let you know. And if you do ask the second question, I'm just going to move on. And if you ask a personal question, I'll go next. Okay, so really think about what you want to ask. Now, if you ask a question and we get a little bit of the story and I want to go on and look further, then that's what I'll do. Okay, because I don't want to upset anybody, and I want everybody to have their say and have their questions. So if we can get through it fast, then everybody can ask a question. Okay, right. Let's is there any Americans on the other side of the world that let's have a look at their chats. Laura?
I'm here.
Hi, honey.
Hello. Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
What is your take on the spirit versus soul understanding?
Well, I've only just been learning about the soul. The soul has no sort of, other than no intention for one to experience. It's a producer of light bodies, so we can experience what the consciousness. So I assume that spirit is the consciousness, is the light bodies. And the difference is that I think so. I don't know. I could be wrong. I haven't really used the word spirit. Are you meaning spirit as in light bodies?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm looking for, that deeper understanding, because, you know, we've talked so much about the soul, but when it comes to where our spirits are, or if our spirits are separate than our soul, or if the spirits are true light bodies, pre-matrix, you know, what's the understanding?
Yeah, let me have a look. Let me just go and have a look. Right, so you've got the light body. Imagine the light body and the soul, and it's kind of like an oval energy system that produces light bodies. But in between the soul and the light body, you've got an energy, a cord running through. So your light bodies are also connected to your soul. And this is the spirit. So I'm seeing the word spirit. So it's a different form, because when you go into your light bodies, to actually, your light bodies are a mixture of your dad's and mum's consciousness, belief structures that are picked up. So as you go further back, you connect more with who you truly are. And then if you go further back, you can connect with your soul. So the spirit is a purer form of who you are. It's not the purest, but it is a purer form. So it's the connection between, the spirit is the connection between your light bodies and your soul. That hasn't been interfered with other consciousness. But we have to go into other people's consciousness to get into the 3D land. And along that, we pick up beliefs and perceptions and stuff like that. And it seems that the spirit has the true intention of what one wants to experience, what one wants, how one wants to evolve. So the spirit is has like the true intention on how one wants to live. The soul doesn't have that intention. It doesn't have an intention other than to stay like a pure love kind of thing. So it's not, it doesn't, the soul doesn't judge. It doesn't you know, if you go, you know, and live aspects of dark reality and experience, the soul, it doesn't have like, oh, you're doing wrong, or this is not right. Where the spirit does, the spirit will know the true intention of coming down to the 3D reality and say, well, this is not the path that you want to go down. This is the path. And this is where the spirit also holds the resonance of that person. And tries to keep the light body on that resonance, on that vibration. So it helps us all the time. But we take on other people's resonance. And so it's tricky to stay in resonance. And I suppose with all the healing and understanding of who we are, it's getting us back to the natural rhythm of the spirit.
Beautiful. Thank you. That's great insight.
Thank you, Laurie. You take care.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Kelly?
Hi, Rebecca.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi there. Okay, so some people talk about there being an Earth 1 and an Earth 2. And they say that if you're like healthy in one, you'll be unhealthy in the other, or if you're wealthy in one, you'll be unwealthy or like poor in the other. Is there truth to that? Is that just a story, or does that exist?
I know Dolores Cannon talks about the new Earth, and okay, let me.
It's like a opposite of each other, like a black and white, like one Earth is black and white and the other Earth is in color, is what they say. Like you'll be inverted in one and not inverted in the other.
Okay.
That kind of.
Let me just go and have a look. Really odd, actually, what I'm seeing. So in this universe, there is no other planet, no other but there kind of is, but there isn't. So what I'm seeing is Earth, and then you've got the lower density of Earth. So you've got this split where if you see, it's like, how do I explain it? How would we? It's like seeing a shadow where it's just a bit. The density stays in a certain vibration, but Earth is going into a higher vibration. Yeah. So there's like a split. So it looks like the Earth is splitting. So there's that. But then what I'm seeing is that if we're all, you know, we've got this mass of consciousness with all the planets in, and then further out there is like a mirror, and there's a flip, and then there's another universe just like us on the other side of that. It's really weird. Let me just go there. There's a mirror. So there seems to be interference. I don't know how this would affect us. I don't feel it does. Let me just follow my heart, see where it goes. I can't even get to it. It's like not real. I don't think this is real. Hang on. I think the mirror, I mean, when I see mirrors, that is a sure sign of interference and manipulation and deception on how we perceive reality. And it's like I can't get to it, like it's not real, like it's just computer generated. Yeah, so the answer to your question that I can see at the moment, I mean, it's quite a big question, that there is a splitting of Earth, but it's like two realities taking place, the lower dimension of where Earth used to be, and then an Earth coming out of that. So it's like when you view Earth on an energetic level, it's like two Earths. It's like a something shredding its skin kind of thing, and a lot of brightness is coming. And this other universe on the other side with the mirror, I think that is just bollocks. It's just what they want psychics to see, or try to get us to believe something that's not there, because it seems to be either a computer generated what I'm looking at. It doesn't, I can't get to it. It's not, it's like it's glass. I can't, it's not real. So
wow.
Okay.
Wow. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You take care. Okay. If you let me know if you're American, if you just put it in the thing so you can get to bed. Joe, so lovely to see you, Joe Biden.
Hi, Becky. I'm not American, though.
Yeah, that's fine. No one said anything yet, so I'm just going to go down the list.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
lovely.
Oh, Jeannie's American. I'll go to Jeannie next. You don't want? Okay.
Okay. So I think you've said chakras are a hologram. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So can you tell us more about the energy centers in our body? I think initially you saw them as crystalline diamonds, but yeah, tell us some more. What do they look like? Where are they? Can we use them? You know, yeah, all of that.
Yeah. See, I work differently, or see differently from other people. So I see there's two layers. So there's where the light body. So I see the light bodies, the energy system, that I don't see the physical body, basically. And I just see two light bodies, one male, one female, and these are beautiful. They're like crystal diamonds, shining really, really bright. For some reason, I know, even though they don't look different, what male and what female, it's just the energy that emits out of them. And there's no sort of center on. It's all the same. Do you know what I mean? It's not like. However, when it comes into the physical body, depending on the state of the physical body, the energy system is different. You still see, so I see the male energy on the right hand side and the female energy on the left hand side, but sometimes the female energy is not even in there. It gets pushed out by the male energy. There is centers as in round the belly button. That's a really big place. So when I look at the belly button, what I actually see is the male and female energy come out, and then it creates the field around us. Yeah. And depending on the strength of the male and female energy, it will depend on the strength of the energy around us. So if it's, you know, if there's interference, if there's beliefs, it also projects all our beliefs, our wants, our needs. So it's actually facing us on 3D level, energetically wise. Just looking at energy centers for you. Now, each organ is its own energy center. Each organ has its own consciousness within it, and depending on the state of the consciousness, it's like all our consciousness is compartmentalized in our brains, but all in the body as well. So it's like it needs to all connect together and start working together. But how the manipulations happened is that, you know, our blood or our bones and everything will have a certain consciousness running through it, and that certain consciousness will have its own belief structure and state of being, and that affects our physical body. So actually I don't see like the only sort of energy centers, they're all energy center. Every organ is an energy center, and an energy thing that emits energy throughout our body and through around us. So I don't work on the chakras at all. Before I started seeing, I saw the chakras, I saw the overlays, and they seem to be highly manipulated of people putting shit into them. The reptilians love this chakra system. It was a way of, you know, if you've got good people, they could clear it, but it was like it was an energy system that the love and light came aware of, and it was a way of abuse to get in. Yeah. So the energy systems might be there, but I just don't see it. I don't pay any attention, but I don't see it. It doesn't affect. Because the trauma can be anywhere in the body, not in centers. But you know, some people can see it, and some people work with that. It's just not something that I see or understand. It's like I go beyond it.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Yep. Thank you.
You're welcome. Jeannie, do you want to ask a question? No? Are you sure? Okay. We'll go to
Did you
PP.
ask me just then?
Sorry?
Oh, did you just ask me then?
Yeah, okay, you're talking, let's go.
Oh, sorry, I don't want to jump in or just be rude or anything.
It's all right,
I just heard the end of E and I went, oh, is she talking about me? Is that okay, guys? Hi,
yeah,
hi,
go
darling.
Hi,
Can
sweetheart, how you
hear
doing?
me?
Yeah,
I'm good. Look, I just want to ask, because a lot of people ask me too, and I hate predictions and stuff like that. I know timelines change and stuff, but can you ask Gaia, like, is there a time frame for if and when all the ships are just going to decloak and show themselves to the 3D normies? And just on the note of that other lady with the other great question, are us starseeds and ET contactees and light workers and that, are we going to go in that with that split in the timeline of the split of the Earth, or do you reckon we're going to go to this new universe that I've heard of?
Let me do journeys. We are creating the new universe already. The split is already taking place.
Mhm.
I'm just seeing when asked the question regarding the topple and when are we going to actually see that in 3D life, what I see is military. Now, this is more, I'm in America, but there's lots of military pointing guns at politicians. And this is either this is happening or it will happen very soon. I'm getting 3 weeks anyway. I've just seen Biden dead again, which I saw last time. He's in a coffin. I've just seen the fall of the White House. And the topple of many, it's like a pyramid structures over certain, like over the government, over the police, over child protection seems to be a big one. And these topple down. And people held accountable for their actions, the people at the top. It's so it's I'm seeing lots of people in prison in the US, and they like kick everybody out of prison and then put the real prisoners in.
Whoa.
So there's arrests coming, it seems.
Is it going to be in my lifetime? Am I going to be really old and before I see this?
No, this I feel that this is going to happen very, very soon. Very soon. It's part of you know, like soon, like over the next couple of months. So, but you know, I can, let me go back because I think it's psychic. Who I'm just trying to see who's like pulled the intention, the trigger kind of thing, because it's, I'm just seeing military are in control of this, American military. So yeah, I suppose wait and see. I'm just, all I'm is like, is it a psychic screen? That's what I'm trying to find out. I don't want to be blinded by shit. So what I've done, I've gone into the center of Gaia and just asked the question and just see from her consciousness overall. And I just, it's the same thing, the collapse, the 3D collapse. It's like it's collapsed already, but it hasn't been shown in 3D yet. And that it's like a domino effect, and it starts in the US. I mean, it's happening, but it's like really going to happen. In the US seems to be. But there's that side, but then there's this other side as well, where people are a lot freer. They won't be wearing masks. The vaccine will just be forgotten. The virus will be forgotten. There will be the people that are in fear and in terror, the people who are going to be accountable for their actions. And I mean, really dark people, like people in that dark sphere with satanic stuff, to drugs, to prostitution, to slavery, to everything like that. So they're the people that are going to have the tough time. And the other reality taking place is that you know, people like you and I and everyone here is just going to have a freer life. So it's not going to affect us in a negative way.
That's great positive news, isn't it? Because I've had the shittiest week last week. There's a lot of truth coming out and people just running, you know, and it's like, well, you know, I'm kind of used to this, and we're all used to seeing and talking about the truth. And some of the stuff that's come up this week has just been with the energetics. It's like, wow, there's a lot of people out there kind of going through a lot of confrontations and a bit of pain and suffering and all that kind of stuff. Just, it's all coming up for healing, basically. It's been quite rocky. So that's, I know, that's the energies I feel. And then I because I talk to so many contactees, everyone keeps trying to get a timeline, and I've heard up until say 2025 that this might happen then. And it's like, are they just kicking the can down the road, or is it really happening, or is it just all bullshit just to keep us held in this thing of, you know, they're just going to keep delay all the time? You know, that's the energetics I'm getting from people out in the field at the moment. So I'm glad you answered that, darling. Thank you for that. That's,
you're welcome.
Thank God, some
So
positivity.
welcome. Yeah, it's like it's fallen anyway. It's just they're trying to hide it from 3D so people don't, but they won't be able to. It's like a can that's bursting to get out. Yeah. So all good.
So, and what about us? Are we going to see this? Well, like, I know it's already splitting, but are we going to go towards that, or what do you reckon we're going to go to this new universe that I keep hearing about all the time? Like, it's completely different apparently to this.
We are going to create it. We're creating it through the energies that are coming through. So every time you heal, the majority of the people, like starseeds and everything like that, they're connected to an energy system that is channeling that through them. They're like portals in. They are the creation of the new reality.
I love that.
Yeah, you're not going.
I think I'll put that on a t-shirt, darling.
Yeah.
Okay, darling. Thank you so much for that.
You're so welcome.
Talk soon, sweetheart.
Yeah, speak soon. Bye. Okay, let's Manuel.
Hello.
Hi, yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty decent, thank you. I have a question about an author. His name is Robert Monroe, and in his books he found that this whole reality was like designed to sort of essentially milk us for an energy he described as loosh, and the whole system was designed from the ground up. But he never knew where it went to. It's like he says we generate it when we're in fear or pain and loneliness, and we give off this energy, and it's harvested and taken somewhere else in another universe. But he never found out where it went. So I was just wondering if you could have a look at where this is going, like, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
They do feed on our traumas and dense energies. One that it's been running the matrices. But I'll just see if they. Right, the loosh, what he calls it, is really dense energies, and dense energies produce electricity, which the AI run on. They don't actually. That's from what I can see, and like the overview of it. They don't use it other than that. It also gives them the power of the illusion of power. These dense energies. So when you've got like a satanic person. They stand on a ring, a gold ring. Their light bodies are on a gold ring, and that gold ring and the energies, the satanic energies that it's connected to, gives the power, gives the illusion of power. So people end up looking up to these people. Take all the dense energies away, people actually start to see the real them. So this loosh actually disguises people and puts the illusion of this, they have great power. And that's all come down. When this satanic stuff is like literally, it's not moving, it's like stopped. And the satanic energy and the loosh just keep people asleep. This is why so much people are waking up, and more will wake up because there's less fear around us. The stuff that they do steal and rub off us is all the good energy. It's the sexual energy. It's the pure energy, like Gaia, just like being filtered of all her goodness and love. And that is done. Our sexual energy is a big thing that they use as a commodity. That's where they take that and they trade that with other universes and stuff. They get high from it. It's a drug. It's a drug, and it's a way of injecting that energy into other people's realities, and it creates a happiness, a joy, a content, abundance, and they're basically stealing that energy from us. Or have been stealing that energy from us, and which affects our manifestations to make us weak, and steals all our joy and everything like that. So yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Wow, that's pretty messed up, but thanks for explaining that.
You're welcome. You take care.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Milky?
Louise, go ahead. Louise,
Louise. Oh, Louise. Oh, thank you, Milky. Louise?
Hi. I'm sorry I can't raise my hand for some reason.
It's okay.
I have just a curious question. I'm wondering if you can look into a person for me to see what's going on with her. Her name is Ashley Babbitt.
Ashley Babbitt.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley Babbitt. What do you want to know about this person? Because obviously there's going to be emotion. Is she a public figure? I'm not just looking into some random person.
She has become one just since January.
Okay. And she's
in
politics.
America. No. She was present at the event at the Capitol on January 6th.
Ashley Bennett. Ashley Bennett. Ashley Bennett. Okay, so I'll just give you an she's a public figure. Her light body, so she's got a male light body and a female light body. A male light body is her brain is highly manipulated. There's just manipulation running through. There's a massive snake there. So she's being highly manipulated in her thoughts, which would affect her behavior. She does have a strong heart. There is a real strength on that side. She stands quite strong.
Is she alive?
Yeah.
She was supposed to be murdered.
Unless I'm wrong, but her male light body is there projecting. So, and there's a snake running through. But I could be wrong. Do you know what I mean? I'm not always right.
Right.
But I do see a male light body. When people die, they stop projecting. So the male light body goes into the female light body. It just goes back. There's no. But there is a huge snake running through the male light body.
Well, this was on film that she was murdered, but since then there've been like analysts who know about cinematography to say that the entire thing was staged, that that she wasn't killed at all, that she was just part of a group of actors who staged that just for the effects that it would have.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, to me, she's alive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask another little question? Well, okay, no, go ahead. I don't want to.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to upset people. I've got to
Right.
be strict. I hate being strict. It doesn't come easy. Okay.
Right.
Save it for next week, next time, the week after.
Yeah.
Okay. You take care.
Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Siri? Siri?
No, me.
Oh, Milky, sorry. I've got no brain this morning. I'm so sorry. Milky.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So, I don't recall you mentioned or someone asked in Q&As before, so I'm not sure if you've ever done a journey there, but can you do a quick journey to Antarctica to see what's really going on there or what the place really looks like?
Antarctica. Do you want me to go underneath? I know there's stuff going underneath there. I've
Oh, you
seen
know them?
before. Yeah. Do you want me to go and have a look? Let's go and have a journey. Okay, let's have a look.
Thank you.
When I look at Antarctica, so the first thing I see is a portal. It's like a portal into the Gaia, and there's an energy system that comes up and it goes round. It's like it swishes people in. I don't know. It's like this, like an energy system that it pulls people into the ground of Gaia. When I go underneath, there is signs of human life, but not anymore. There's people that has lived and died underneath, seeing like skeletons. I just saw the word false flag. I don't know why I just saw that. Let me go out. I'm seeing the word distraction as well. So where I've gone, I feel that this is either like a distraction of where the action is. Let me go further out and just see what I see. So this is a distraction where what are they distracting us from? I'm now seeing computers and people on the computer and reading and everything like that. So this is conspiracy theories about Antarctica that is a distraction for the public to get them away from themselves and creating the reality that they want to create. So this is kind of like stories that are, I don't know what's out there with Antarctica. But the conspiracy stories out there, it's kind of being used as a distraction. I'm just seeing if there's any. There has been ET visitations in that area, so I'm seeing ET. But there's an energy. There is a weird energy up there, because it's like it sucks. It's like it sucks, and it like I'm seeing ETs going and then planes crashing. So there is a weird energy system up there that's like a phenomenon kind of thing. I don't know if they've got to the root of it, of how it occurs or what it is, but it kind of like it's like a constant turned upside down tornado. So it's a bit weird. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
okay.
that's good to know. Thank you.
Okay, you take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Siri.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you,
Yeah.
honey.
I just want to say that Sylvia and Vince just came in and they have a question. So do you want to take them next or before me?
No, let's chat to you. That's okay.
Okay.
Go
So
to-
yeah, I have a question about a public person who calls himself Ikaya. I was wondering if you could do a journey on him.
What's his name? You just cut
Ikaya.
out. Ikaya.
Ikaya. Yeah, it's spelled Ikya, but it's pronounced Ikaya.
And this is a public person.
Yeah, he's marketing himself in the United States and in Norway. And he started this school where he teaches people to become healers of what he calls vibrational medicine. And he also does like soul readings. But I feel that he is very that he manipulates people. So yeah.
I'll just see. This man's not a bad man. There is manipulation energy around him, but and there is with a lot of people manipulate ourselves with our own brain, you know, and our hearts. That's really common. But what he believes is of, you know, behind that is really good intent. I'm just seeing why you're. This man is male dominant, so he doesn't lead with his heart, so he's not free, and that's what you're reacting on. And the manipulation energy that is over him that he's not aware of, he's not conscious of this. He's not a dark person. You can feel that and you react to that. But it's you know, we can manipulate ourselves, and he may be being manipulated by his own belief structures, but he's not dark as such.
Okay, but is he like connected to a ship or something?
I don't know. What you're reacting to is the manipulation energy.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
yeah, because I met him and his energy is really, really bad. I've never experienced, you know, that type of energy before. So that's why I wanted to know. Yeah.
The snake energy is it's like fake feminine energy, black magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so when he does his soul readings, what is that based on then? Is it manipulation from, you know, from the watchers or whatever?
He it's all mental. So his readings come from his masculine side, which is the side that's he comes from that side. So he does need to be free of this manipulating energy to get a pure reading.
Yeah.
He doesn't involve his heart consciousness. If he was able to actually swap and go in to his heart, he would be way more clearer, and it would be more true, because it seems that they hook on to trauma in that person. Or understand, he's able to understand the trauma that person's been under, so he'll pick that up. He won't pick up so it's tricky. If he could swap over, he needs to become free himself, he does. But he needs to first become conscious that he's not free.
Yeah.
So he's got a journey to go.
Mm. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. We've got Sigrid, I think, wanted to jump in. We'll go to Sigrid and then we'll go to Vince.
I appreciate it, guys. I just am like trying to do everything today, you know, bake a cake, make dinner, you know, the whole 9 yards, you know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Here's my question. First of all, this is a two-part question, and it was really inspired by the video you did with Megan, the last video. So, but I'm gonna first ask you a question, and then I have to see if it, like, because the other part of the question won't make any sense if, depending on what you, okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
quick.
fine.
So I'm reading this book about the universe being a hologram. And I wanted you to look into that. But one of the things that I thought was so fascinating, but I'm fascinated by perception, how our brain sees reality, what is actually externally out there. I mean, we've seen and believed that the external reality is so solid, so real. And then when you really look at how the brain sees and perceives, it's so completely in our heads. You know, it's wild how that is. And so I was reading this book, and one of the things popped out at me, and it said a natural hologram, not like a AI projected hologram, but that a hologram is created when a wave meets light. And there's something that happened to my body when I read that sentence. It was like, is that not, so it made me really think about manifestation and how the wave, meaning immediately I thought masculine energy, and light being the feminine, and how the marriage between those two creates reality, which is the holograms that we see, this moving energy. What do you get when you hear me say that?
Yeah. So we create our holographic reality, I mean, but it's created out of consciousness, through our own consciousness, through the masculine and the feminine coming together.
Yeah.
And then you've got the fake holographic reality that's on AI. So you've got two. You've got the real one, which is real, they're created from consciousness, our own consciousness. So we can actually live, because where we are is actually, we're just standing, our light bodies are standing there attached to a huge energy system of Gaia, and we're not moving anywhere. You know, we're not moving, we're just standing. And then this reality is a projection of our own consciousness that's taking place. And the solidarity comes from the male and the creativity, the female. But obviously the way he explains it's probably way more in depth than I can ever do.
It's so wild. And I was just thinking about how we have manifested. We have on some, but we've been hijacked, haven't we? I mean, when we look at the controllers who have harnessed this mechanism, this natural mechanism of creation to, create their inverted reality. Is that what you're talking about? The AI reality that we've created?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And because of the heart and the two light bodies, they're not together as such, they've been split. So we create our own virtual reality through our thoughts. So, for instance, when people come to me, they believe so much of what's going on, and actually nothing like that is going on. It's something very much deeper that they're running away from on emotion. So people can believe that they're being tracked by ETs and this has happened and this has happened and this has happened, when in fact they're struggling with a trauma, that they're actually living another reality in their minds. Yeah. So it's like people, or so there's that kind of virtual reality that goes on as well, that plays out within people, in individuals.
It's wild. And then because I see that in my own life, just about money. On one hand, I completely trust, like my natural is completely trusting money, and the other is like total fear. It's like these two things are happening simultaneously. Like it's very odd, but anyway, that's not the point. The question, the follow-up question I had, this is so fascinating. I get so excited about this because when you spoke about Megan and her, you explored how to sort of access your inner knowing, I immediately thought, wow, it feels a lot like also creating, like asking a question or I want to say wanting something, and then waiting for. Can you say a little bit about the similarities of that? I just felt like there was something there that was important to see in terms of manifestation.
Yeah, I think when you feel lost within yourself, or you want to understand something on a deeper level, or you want to learn something, then that question that you ask yourself, if it's not answered, if you don't know it, if the brain and the heart can't come together and understand it, that question sends out a vibration along, now we know from Laura's question, along the spirit to the soul. And the soul's job is to find, to send that vibration out to all the other consciousness that you're living, all the other light bodies. And then that energy will come back to you at a certain point. But depending on, sometimes it's instant, sometimes it takes days, sometimes it's weeks. It just depends. So it's like, yeah, relying on yourself and relying on, if you look at the questions that people ask, basically they really want confirming what they already know. And it's learning to trust yourself, and that the answer is there within you. It's just trusting yourself. And when people really trust themselves, then that is because people know the answer. It's just the step of trusting themselves in order to believe the answer. And we do like to go outside ourselves just to get confirmation. And I think that's the next step in our evolution, is to trust what we receive from ourselves. And that is
in terms of, you can look at answers as also, a hologram. Answers that we ask and clarity, everything that is sort of like, there's a holographic aspect of all of reality. So I guess that, how does that bridge, I'm not using my words right, how does that same mechanism work for manifesting our desires? Because I just feel like it's the same thing. It's just maybe not a question, but a request or a command or it's like trusting ourselves to know that we're also the creator, not just the source of knowledge, our own knowledge, what's real for us, but also the creator of our realities, from this heart space.
Well, the head has to trust the female, and the female has to express what it is that wants, needs, desires, and that needs to be heard by the male aspect, the brain, instead of being programmed outside, or this is what I want, this is what I need, and this is what I should be doing because my parents told me, all that sort of stuff. We actually have to trust ourselves to follow the heart. The masculine side has to trust, and there's beliefs and everything in there to make it difficult for us. So, but we can break those beliefs down. So the manifestation is being clear on what it is you want, what it is you need, what it is that you want to create, and I suppose it's really all the healing and all that is breaking down so that channel is clear, that you're clear within yourself, that you're living the life that you want to live, and most people do come to healing because there is blockages in that area, that they can't get what they want or can't get what they need. They're not in a space of the reality that they want to be in.
It's so beautiful. It's like looking at a peaceful pond, beautiful, like it's so simple. It's like when all of the chaos in the sky sort of calms down and you're finally looking at your true ground. It's just, it's stunning. So many things are coming together right now. I just thank you so much for your your words really triggered something phenomenal to
Oh,
see.
fab.
So thank you.
You're so welcome, Sigrid. And
Thanks for
happy
letting me pop
birthday-
in. I gotta go make a cake.
Yeah, happy birthday to your family. I know you're having
Thank
birthday
you.
celebrations. You take care.
Thank you, love. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye. 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 Vince and Sylvia.
Hi, Becky. Hi, everybody.
Hiya. Hi.
We're gonna ask Sylvia a question. Has anyone ever asked a question on Russell J. Gold?
I
Come on,
don't
okay.
think so.
Okay. Go ahead.
Who is he? Russell J. Gold.
Okay. He kind of says his name like colon Russell -J colon Gold, and he's a gentleman that talks about a quantum. How do I say it? Quantum grammar, quantum banking system. Basically puts out that here in the United States that you know, the third contract expired as far as the United States, and that pretty much the president since 1999 2000 haven't been legal presidents. And he puts out that he went through the legal process, captured the flag, and is the postmaster general and several other, you know, quantum banker, all these type of things. But what do you pick up on him, or any of this is true, or his energy? And it's colon Russell -J Gold, and that's part of the quantum language that makes things legal or not legal within, you know, our society, supposedly. So what do you pick up on that?
Let me have a look at him.
Okay.
See what, Right, on an energetic point of view, when I go to his light bodies, it's not in a good state at all. So he's got huge manipulation, like there's just manipulation everywhere, all over his brain, his mind. So he's highly manipulated in what he believes. It's not coming from his heart, it's coming from elsewhere. And he's quite far away from his own female consciousness. He's like he stays away from it. His heart's telling him how under control he is, but he doesn't want to hear it. Let's see. The reason for the control over him is to create confusion where people don't know what to believe. And what to think. So it's like I'm seeing smoky room kind of thing, where people just have no idea what to believe, what can't make sense of their reality. And he comes usually like it's watchers. There is connection. So he has connections or being highly manipulated right outside of this universe. So he's connected to energy sources of deception and both universes. So I would say that the information that he puts out, some may be true, some and not, is to keep you distracted.
Is his claim of life process real or beneficial?
Which process?
It's called claim of life.
Time of life.
No, claim of life. It's like instead of a birth certificate or that.
It's what I see is there's a structure that they've placed over humanity on how to live life. And what he's doing is creating another structure. Going, this structure is not working, but here's another structure. So it's still a controlled it's still controlled. Don't be blinded. I wouldn't trust this man with barge pole. Don't go near him. He's not free at all. He's not free, bless him.
Okay, thank you so much, Becky.
You're welcome, Vince. You take care. Good my love to you, your wife.
She's right here. She can hear you.
Yeah, hi Sylvia. You take care. Okay. Let's. Okay. I don't know. Lina.
Hello. Hi,
Hi,
everyone.
honey.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, hi. I have a question regarding the soul. In your last video, you said that the soul could have different light bodies on different planets. And I was wondering if you could say something more about the relationship between the different light bodies or consciousness.
The different lives that we have.
Yeah,
The
if there is different consciousness or light bodies incarnated, but they have the same source, the same soul, and they can be on different planets at the same time. I was wondering, for example, I can't feel or have a conscious contact with the other light bodies that are on other planets. Do they connect? Could you find out?
Okay, let me do a little journey, Lina, just see what happens. Right, we are connected. So the source of our soul, and then the energy from our soul, the spirit leads to the light body, but we don't entwine within. But saying that, when I said that, I do see sometimes people's spirits, they can entwine, and it's problematic. It's not supposed to, but stuff can happen. But I'm seeing where it's rare, where the other lives of you have entwined into this life, and saying that, I think I've dealt with a lady who's had another life within her. Anyway, so when it's like perfect and nothing's gone wrong, we connect to our souls, but we're not connected to the other life forms. The soul is connected, but we're not. And our point of focus, so your life now is that your point of focus, and you need that point of focus because there's a lot going on, and you want to evolve and understand yourself, and if we get mixed up with another life that we're living, it can be it's too much for the it would slow down our evolution within this light body. However, where these other lives come in is when you're needing more support, more help from your own consciousness. And this is where that asking yourself the questions and wanting the revelations of yourself and understanding yourself, this is where they help. And you also help them, the others use. So when all the experiences that you've had are in your light body, in your timeline, they're in there. So when another light body of yours, another life, that's in another reality, another planet, or when it's struggling and asks themselves the question that if you hold information, you'll send that information off. The soul will request it from you. And that knowledge and understanding that you've gained in this life will help your other lives, and vice versa. You can travel. So your consciousness can go along your timeline. It can go up your spirit, connect with the true intention of your life or here on earth. It can go to your soul. Your soul, you can then travel to these other lives or go directly to them, directly to the light bodies, and see the lives that you are living now. And Lynn, with your abilities, you can do this quite easily.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, thank you. It was very nice to hear this information. And yeah, I will work on this.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
You're
Have a nice
welcome.
day. Bye
You
bye.
too. You take care.
Bye.
Bye bye. Alex.
Hey Becky.
Hiya.
Hey. So my question today is in regards to so like a year ago, before I come across you, I came across this other healer who wrote this book, and it's called How Arcturians Are Healing the Planet. So I read this book, and then I done a session with a healer, and yeah, to be honest, it didn't really go well, and I had really bad feelings about it afterwards. So I was just wondering about this book and the person behind it. Like, is it actually genuine, or is there something else going on there? So it's called How Arcturians Are Healing the Planet, and the author is called Wayne Brewer.
This gentleman, I don't see as bad intent or anything like that, and he seems to be when we are getting healing of some sort, your beliefs and will affect the healing, and if they're not dealt with. So if someone comes to me and they've got real issues with female energy, they'll automatically see me as a threat, or they'll react to that female energy because that's the energy that I use in myself to help heal and with the help of Gaia as well. So it seems that your belief systems crashed with his belief systems, and there's part of your consciousness that reacted to that. So it was like your traumatized consciousness reacted to his. So he wasn't the right, not that he's bad in any way or anything like that. It was just, it wasn't the right person for you, because you and I don't know why that is. I just see that there was part of your consciousness that was just like didn't trust, and that might be a male thing, you not trusting male energy, not trusting life, not trusting. There may be more of a male thing in your consciousness where you don't trust. So I don't see it as him as such. It was more how you reacted to him.
Yeah, he does tell people some things that are a bit strange. Like he says, like, the healing is not going to work unless you fully also work with Jesus, and you have to, and for more healing, you have to let him into your body, give permission for him to come into your body to heal you from the inside out. And he also says, he does this other thing as well, where you have to accept the download from the Arcturians. And when I did that, because I was a bit desperate at the time, and I was like, yeah, okay. And I got a hit or something in the back, and it made me feel sick for about 5 minutes. So yeah, I had a lot of mistrust after that experience and what he was teaching.
Yeah, I mean, warning signs like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust your intuition.
Yeah, if it's not particularly dark, then that's at least a good answer anyway.
Yeah, I don't see him as a dark person. We've all got screwed up beliefs, but he does seem to have connections to that good universe. But I suppose it's we're not pure. I don't think any of us are pure. There's going to be stuff in us, certain beliefs and everything like that can really affect us, and we start to believe really weird stuff. So sorry you had that experience, but I'm glad you found me, Alex.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah. And it's all been a big learning curve.
Sorry?
Yeah. I said it's all been a big learning curve.
Oh yeah, let me sit down. Okay, well you take care, enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Welcome, bye bye. Lorna.
Hi, Becky.
Hi, yeah.
Hi. Okay, so I want to ask you about the mainstream media, because obviously the mainstream media is one of the biggest problems from stopping people from knowing the truth about what's going on in the world. And obviously at one point it has to change, you know?
Yeah.
So I was wondering if you could have a wee look at that, maybe focusing on what's, if you can see anything going on at the BBC, because it's one of the biggest, most powerful in the world.
Yeah. BBC. My brother works for the BBC. He thinks I'm crazy. I was like,
Yeah,
so
like my mum, she just believes everything they say.
Bless him. Right, so when I look at the BBC and I just see massive manipulating energy underneath this building as such. I see this building has a satanic energy around it also. The belief of Satanism is around that building. So there's people in there that are Satanists that are quite powerful. Yeah. But they're not powerful, but they perceive themselves to be. This Satanist, if it's one person, I'm not sure, has a big connection to the royal family. So like the BBC is like an extension of the royal family. It's kind of how it is. There are people at the BBC that see and understand, well, certain bits of waking up and trying to get out of that, but they get whipped down and then brought back in on the money, to humiliation, they'll turn. So they're kind of in the people at the BBC, especially people who've got a little bit who want to step out of it. If they don't do as they're told, there will be consequences for them in either destroying their image, money, so that the people that work there that have any sort of power, presenters or anything like that, they really are imprisoned and want to break free. A lot of them want to break free, but they don't know how to. Just see what's going to. There's one person at the BBC that's quite, this person I'm seeing, you know, he sits on, his light body sits on one of these rings. I think this is why we get married. You know, like we get married and we have a wedding ring. I don't think that was natural before. I think that's a symbolic thing of the Satanists, and they brought that ring in. And that's why we have a ring when we get married. It's before that we didn't have rings, gold rings. They sit on these gold rings, and it's anyway. I'm just gonna take the gold ring off this light body because it just helps. I just did this the other day with another person, and they have to stand on their own 2 feet now because it's these gold rings, and they live on satanic energy. It gives the power, they give the illusion of power and control, and actually you take this energy away from them and then they're nothing. So the question was,
do you see this changing there? You know, or the obviously the structures are all falling down, but
and the media will do the same. So what I'm seeing, which I saw last time, is TV screens and then the flashing of TV screens. And that when the TV flashes, people are able to wake up more, because the programming is like the news is on constantly, people watching it. It's the thing at the BBC, and I'm sure in lots of other media news outlets, is that the people that are on the ground that don't want to be there, they're trying to get out, but they just don't know how to get out of it either. So the discord, and they're not working together. It's but I see the collapse of the BBC, same as like I see the collapse of the royal family and stuff. It's like it's not going to be there forever. We're not going to have the BBC.
woohoo. All right, Becky, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You
Thank
take care.
you. Bye.
Bye. Okay. We have Kate Smith.
Yeah. Sorry,
Hi, honey.
Leon, yeah. Sorry, you just got me here, just wandering out to take the dog for a wee. She's barking. Yeah, I was going to ask a different question entirely, and then this always happens in the Q&As. As other people are asking their questions, my question changes.
Okay, go for it.
So yeah, I'm going to go back somewhat to the gold rings topic a little bit. Sorry, I'm just letting my dog out. You saw one with me the other day on my dad, and I was wondering, not a personal question, don't worry. Great, you've changed your mind, wants to come back in immediately. You know how some souls are kind of targeted, we kind of hit with trauma early on. I know all about this. And I know you saw a ring under my dad, but he's not a Satanist. So I'm wondering, in the broader scheme, when people are targeted with trauma early on, because they we come in with a higher resonance and that's a threat or anything like that, do they use like this gold ring, this satanic influence on the family that we're going to come into? Is that part of the kind of the targeting of the trauma? So when people come in with like a high resonance and they're going to, got intentions to help and they're possibly a threat, do they kind of affect the families that the people come into, like the gold rings and like satanic influences and things like that, to try and cause the trauma?
Yeah. So they need to create trauma. So with the reptilian brain, or how they've tried to program us, is half be the abuser and half be a victim. So they need both sides active in order to create more trauma and abuse. And one will sit on the victim side and one will sit on the abusing side. And in order for the AI, the trauma runs the AI. So they need it in order to keep and also the fear, they need the trauma to keep people asleep. So it's and get them off their path as well. So they don't discover who they are and become who they are, and that is also their intention. So like there's certain consciousness that they seem to target.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering about, when they do specifically target someone, like the tools they use and how they are.
Hi.
Yeah. Right.
Hi, honey. So, there will be certain consciousness that they target more than others. As some people will be left alone because they're not deemed as a threat. They're not deemed of their intention here. So I suppose if when they look into the spirit of somebody, if their intention here is to help the planet, it's pure, they're strong in spirit, then they're going to be more of a target because it's a threat to their system, their structure.
Yeah.
And they constantly, inflict trauma on that person, and that person spends a life of concentrating on trauma.
Yeah.
and not being who they are. Yeah. And yeah.
So is there like satanic, other than like the ET and outside, you know, the Matrix kind of targeting of trauma, is there a satanic influence in that as well? Did they specifically, because thinking about the gold rings and being under people that maybe aren't necessarily satanic themselves, is that part of the targeting trauma? Is that a tool used for that?
If you look at where everything started, the satanic stuff, so it takes over people's mind and creates a reptilian brain. They need that on and on and on. You'll get some extremes where people are in the satanic stuff, and then you'll just get the remnants of someone being in pain and the male being dominant over the female. There's lots of reasons why people abuse other people, the getting our minds back, and because if you look at even at the world, you know, there's countries that are just, you know, on a mass scale, there's countries that are in poverty and everything like that, and there's like rich countries, there's abuse going on a mass scale, and that's and that all goes on to an individual scale as well. So we've got to get back to that balance. And but there's, you know, if a father abuses a child, it could be they're abusing themselves within themselves, and then they're projecting it onto that child, not necessarily. And then you can get dark forces, you can get entities attached to that person that will manipulate their energy. You can get that person may have other people's consciousness in that they were abused. So when someone goes through horrendous abuse, they take on the abuser's consciousness, and then that transforms their consciousness, and they become the abuser instead of the victim. So it's a case of taking all that consciousness out. So there's many reasons. It's just like a domino effect of abuse that goes down, and people lose themselves and become something they're not. They don't really have to do anything. They just have to let the
They've done so much already. It's perpetuating itself.
Yeah. Okay.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it falling down.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, all the best.
Annie. You
Bye.
too. Bye. Rachel.
Hey, Becky.
Hi.
A question. Okay, good to see you again. Questions about just any information on Putin. You know, the Russian president. What type of person he is?
What do you want to know?
Just what type of person he is. What's his sort of character in the world events, I suppose.
Okay, let me have a look at him. I've looked at him in the past. I like Putin. You never know what's happening. I might be a clone. Let's have a look. When I look at his light bodies, so he's got his light bodies, he's strong, resilient, he has to be protected. He keeps getting stabbed in the back. So there's people in his arena that are stabbing him in the back. His perception of life's not fair affects him on how he perceives things. His life is under threat all the time, and he feels that. It's just giving me the Hitler sign, like people perceive him as Hitler, but he's not. So what's presented is not really what he sees as truth about him. Just going to go in the projection and just see. He's not a Satanist. He's not of that belief structure. Although he's gone down roads that he's not proud of through manipulation of his perceptions. He's just shown me Hillary and all that kind of Hillary Clinton, and it's like he deems it like the devil. He has no, not that he's aware, there might be, obviously there's some, but he has no direct contact. It's like he tries to stay strong in his ground, and I see him standing in, you know, his country and his energy going on the base. It's like nothing. It's like very, very protective man, protective of himself, but also very protective of his country. He doesn't have, he kind of keeps himself like an island, really, and people that have tried to get in, like I see the royal families and stuff like that, and he just won't let anybody in, which is good. That I can see. Just trying to see. He's telling me he did have connections with Trump, that something's happened. He's not in the perception that Trump is dead at all. In his reality, Trump is alive, but he's not the same, mentally not the same. So he's saying he's mentally, he's not of the same character. He doesn't understand fully what's happened. There is energy that he puts out, like spying and stuff like that. So there are where he trying to understand what's going on. And he is of the perception that the Americans' structure is going to implode as well. So when he gets the intel, it's like military and so basically it seems like all eyes are on America at the moment. He's saying that I can relax for a little bit.
Thank you very much, Becky.
You're welcome. You take care.
You too. Bye.
Bye bye. Okay. Sarah Allen.
Hello, hi Becky.
Hiya.
Hi. Hi. I've got a question about the soulless beings. So I know you spoke about the hollow souls, didn't you? With the dark eyes. But are there people around us without souls that won't wake up? Because I was reading something last night about that there's only a third of humans are actually have souls. Does that ring true to you? I mean, it's like, are they around us? Are they in our families? Are they, you know, or are they just sleepy people?
I am. Okay, let me ask that question.
Thank you.
Right, so there are people in our reality that were alive, but they're not anymore. So they died, but their consciousnesses through matrix have been kept alive. So they have very little consciousness in them, not enough consciousness in their physical body to actually wake up. So they'll look physical, you know, they are physical, they have bodies and everything like that, but they are run on the matrix. So I'm seeing a lot of electricity. These people are energy vampires, so they'll suck the energy off other people in order to live. And these people are their target is sexual energy. So the sexual energy, the predators, like, that's them in order to survive. So there's those types of people. Then you've got the holograms, the AI hologram, not the holograms, but the AI interacts with our belief systems. So you've got people walking around that look, you know, that aren't real. There's no, it's a computer generated. They're computer generated. Very like the Matrix and Neo, and he sees the woman with the red dress, and you know, to him it's that is a real woman, but actually it's not. It's a computer generated. The population of Earth is a lot smaller than we think, which I've mentioned in other videos. But I'm just checking again because that information came from the Watchers. But even when I go into the center of Gaia, that's what she's saying is that's true. That we've been made to believe that the population is way more than it actually is, in order for them to bring in more control and fear, and you know, we can't, there's not enough, and keeping the belief of lack of to not being able to provide the basic needs for all of humanity, where there is enough for every single person and more to provide everybody with their basic needs. If there's any other type of hollow humans, I think that's it.
So it's not like so the kind of hollow people would be quite, it would be quite easy to tell, wouldn't it? Kind of that they're, what do you think? No. And
No.
they would be around us at work, in our families. They could be anywhere. Or are they more kind of the controllers, or?
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the elite, a lot of their consciousness is gone anyway. They sell their consciousness off. You can, so they don't live through their hearts, they'll live. But these hollow humans, they seem to be of like Matrix. You take, where even the dark could come back. Do you know what I mean? They could like wake up, because a lot of it's been mind control for them anyway, belief structure that they've fallen into. But with these hollow humans, it's like once that electricity is completely failed, they've gone anyway. They should have died when they died. They can't come back. They've got, it's they're living off the matrix, and these people are horrendous. It can be horrendous. They basically are a body, but they're abusive, but they seem real. So I've dealt with a few people that have had these experiences. They've gone into relationships, they've thought that this is a real person, and they've been highly abused by that person, sexually manipulated. So, and people get really screwed up by them, you know, and they think like a lot of like twin flames, and it's my twin flame and everything like that. There's a lot of that goes on. It's a lot of black magic around these people that and it's really a tiny, you know, it's like and I look at this hollow human, a small tiny piece of consciousness of that makes that makes that person feel sorry for them. So yeah.
So that sounds like the sort of psychopath type people, doesn't it? You know, the kind, do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I suppose I was thinking more about kind of the people where, and maybe this isn't a thing, maybe, but it was that what the impression I was getting was that there's people who just can't evolve beyond, you know, so they couldn't wake up. So they function like we do. Do you know what I mean? Like they can be fairly decent, okay people, but they just can't, they're just totally controlled by the matrix and can't move out of that.
I don't know. I have great faith in humanity. I do feel like a lot of people are going to wake up because they're just consciousness like you and me.
Yeah.
They've just been under great fear and great programming. And once that fear goes, then more people will wake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so you're welcome, Sarah. You take care.
You too.
Sana?
Yes. Hello.
Hi. Hi.
Nice to be back again.
Nice to meet you.
Well, I wanted to ask you if you could do a little journey to the moon. A little fun thing, maybe. I've been a little curious, where is the moon coming from originally? And just see what's going on there now. Okay. And how you see it from, because to me, yeah, it's like I feel water on the moon, and you know, many people are talking about there's lots of activity around on the dark side of the moon, but I feel that a lot of things has changed even on the moon. So yeah,
I'll have a look. I'll have a look. Let's go. So the moon is hollow. Go into the moon. It looks very similar as before in the fact there is technology inside the moon, very large computers, but the computers aren't being managed like they were. It's like it's not as... I've been to the moon many times before, and it's a reptilian base, and they monitor people on Earth through and probably do more stuff. They connect to the programming of people and affect. But the computers on now seem to be non-managed. Like whoever left the moon, when they left in a rush. And the systems, the computer isn't managed, and therefore there's like stuff's broken and not working, and just going out. There seems to be an attack on the moon. There is a whole, like a war. I see the moon has been fired at. And that seems to have come from, I'm getting Saturn. So there's been like a war, and I didn't see this before, and that might be where. So there's like a hole in the moon. So I don't know if anyone can confirm that, if any reports are out there, but there does seem to be a hole, a war that's taken place. Let's just see. When asking where this moon comes from, this comes directly by the Watchers. So I see the Watchers, their universe, the experiment, they placed that moon there. This is an antenna as well. I just get the word antenna. It sends a vibration not just to Earth, but to many around the universe. It sends a certain vibration, but the vibration kills the tries to distort the vibration of soul, spirit, light bodies, and it also 3D life. It kills. I'm just seeing birds dropping from the sky, so it dampens the life force that we naturally emit into 3D reality. With a certain unnatural vibration that it emits. Now, there is a vibration around the moon, but it's not as strong as it once was. It doesn't even. I can't even see it. Like before, it was like that, like boom. When it's like when it came in, it shifted everything. When they placed it there, it was just complete disaster for. It was like one of the first things I think they did. They needed a different vibration in order to keep hold of consciousness in this universe, to be able to manipulate and abuse and control. So they needed a vibration like a boom box in order to keep that high vibration from getting out of their reach. Because the more we our natural selves, our natural resonance, makes it very hard for them to get hold of us. But the Saturn bit, they're fighting over it. So this is the dark imploding on itself. This isn't like, oh, Saturn wanted to get, you know, help you or understand what's going on, and they've been affected by this moon. It's more that they want the moon. There's a fight over it and whose is it and stuff. It's the dark imploding on itself.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
Okay.
So do you feel that the moon may go then after all of this comes down, or will it be more used for good things?
Yeah, if we go to the next, it's like if I haven't got a lot of time left, so I'll save that question for in a couple of weeks.
All right then.
Okay. You're
Bye.
welcome, Sana. You take care.
You too. Bye. Thanks.
Bye. Stacey.
Hi.
Hi, honey.
So I just posted something, just a quick question. Somebody wanted to know if we could categorize your question and answers into subjects. And I can do that editing after you're done your Q&As. I can take the video and edit into subjects if you want me to do that. And then we could post it onto Patreon.
Yeah. That's so sweet of you, Stacey. If you'd like to do that, you're welcome to.
Okay. I took an editing class.
Oh,
it's time I practiced it.
Oh, that's so kind. Yeah.
But I did have a question too, outside of that. I came across this video on Dublin, and I was gonna post it and send it to you, but the way this woman has set it up on YouTube is really weird, because when my friend sends me the video, it takes me into this whole page of a whole bunch of her videos, and it's like some kind of weird thing the way she has it set up, so I couldn't do that to show it to you. So what it is those live cams that kind of sit around in cities recording like activities that go up public. So she collects these weird phenomena that happen on live cams. And one of the things she picked up in Dublin was it's just wild. Like there's all these weird plasma things that are moving around, like webs and energies and light beams and rainbows. And like, I mean, some people are saying it's raindrops and stuff, but if it was raindrops, it would be still. Like, because I've seen that, it would be still. These things are like moving across the video, and then there's like dark things, and they're chasing dark things and swallowing them. It's really bizarre. And I was just wondering, I don't know if it's like some kind of bleed through from the changes that are happening. Like this is stuff that's going on sort of in between the dimensions that we don't normally see, or maybe.
Okay, let's go and have a look. Yeah, I don't know anything about it. Let's see what we can. Right, I'll just tell you what I'm seeing because I don't quite understand, and as we go along and the more information I gather, hopefully it'll create a picture of what's going on. So basically, I'm outside and I'm on, like, you know, in Dublin, and then you've got the people interacting with one another, and then in between, a layer below that is really weird stuff going on in what you said, and then there's another layer, like it's sandwiched in between reality. So it's like an in-between reality, but this in-between reality, I just see manipulation. It's not how do I then so basically I've just gone to the walls of the matrix, and I've gone to an energy structure that is not good. It's run on electricity, satanic stuff, satanic energy, and that walls of the matrix runs across all of. If you've got Gaia, and it goes right through Gaia and through light bodies and everything, right through reality. So what we're seeing is what this lady is picking up is a reality that shouldn't be there anyway. It is there due to what we've been living under, and I suppose with the technology that we have, we're able to see it now. But I'm now being brought to a ritual. I've been brought to a ritual, and I'm looking at this ritual, and they're aware, the dark forces are aware of this other reality, and that's what they clog into when they do rituals. So this relates to
the Catholic Church.
Yeah, it seems to relate to actually this reality that they're trying to, because once they log into that, they're able to get to trauma and everything like that, and this empowers them. It's the trauma, and it gives them this illusion of power. So
okay.
Yeah,
I kind of wondered, like, because you know there's a lot of, Dublin is a very volatile place, so you know through the past it has been, and I kind of wondered if it was related to a lot of that trauma and stuff going on there.
Strange. I'll have to go
Yeah,
and watch the video now.
I'll have to send you the video if I could get it to work.
Oh, bless you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. You take care, honey.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Sarah Philip.
Hi, Becky. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
I've got a couple of questions, so I'm going to ask the one that I think is going to be the quickest. It's about another public figure. Her name is Elizabeth April, and I've been following her. I know some other people have too, so I'll probably be interested in this. I've been following her on and off for about a year. There have been times where I've kind of gone off her energy, but then come back to her. She, some of it I don't listen to now, thanks to you, because she channels ETs, and she works a lot with the Galactic Federation, which I know you said are, although they're good intent, they they are manipulated or can be manipulated. But I just wonder, I wanted to know how genuine she is, because still some of the information she puts out I resonate with, but I guess it's that thing you said again earlier about just learning to trust our instincts. So I kind of just want to see if what you see resonates with what I've been feeling about her.
What's her name? Elizabeth April?
Yeah, and she's in America.
Yeah, bless her. And I think a lot of she's got to learn to trust herself, because she trusts consciousness outside of herself. So the information that comes in could be good information, but she's putting more trust in other people's voices than herself. So she's probably a really lovely person, you know, a really, really lovely person. And it's actually, she needs to go down the trusting her own self, trusting her own, because she holds a lot of inner knowledge of her own, but she's being infiltrated, or not infiltrated, it's not a bad thing. It's like she's in her house and she's talking to an audience, but she's got somebody, beings coming in and going, this. She hasn't experienced it, or she's putting too much trust in the information that's coming in. It's not her own information. She needs to go and trust herself. And she does have the abilities where she could actually go and investigate herself. So that would be where she needs to go. That would be my advice for her.
Yeah, because she's not, sometimes she will actually say, oh, she's actually channeling the Galactic Federation or something else. So I'm curious, because she's not always clear when she shares information. So how much of what she shares is actually herself tapping into her own intuition, and how much of it is that other source that perhaps she shouldn't be trusting quite so much?
Yeah, I think most of the information that she gets, and also the beliefs that's been gathered throughout the time from other people, are affecting her. It's like if she strips that away and actually uses her own consciousness, she becomes so much more integral and confident and everything like that. And it's just her next step in evolution. There's no sort of, you know, it's easier to believe other people than yourself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like that trust sometimes, and that's where but I haven't investigated the people that are coming in and giving her information. They might be giving her really good information, but I'm just trying to see, it may be a reflection on you, where you've got to, you know, we attract reflections, where you've got to really trust you, or I don't know. I think it's just, I think this is a natural state of consciousness, is that we're trusting outside of ourselves. We need to trust our own. I just think this is another evolution that is happening en masse that we're going through, because, you know, I was giving information by the watchers and everything like that, and just question everything, like, why didn't I just, instead of getting that information, why I investigate myself? You know, the watchers told me loads of stuff, and I mean, but I you know, I trusted part of them, and so it's not like she's a bad person or anything like that. She just needs to trust herself, her own. And what the consciousness that she's connected to is inside this universe. It's all connected to the matrix and the belief structures and everything like that. So
Yeah, that's true. As soon as you said it, all that same thing has happened again. It's like, I knew that. I knew that.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for confirming, because I know a lot of people have questioned her integrity, and she always felt really genuine and lovely to me, but just she was being, what's the word, innocently taking her information from somewhere that perhaps wasn't always helpful. So yeah, thank you so much for that. That's really helpful. Thank you, Becky.
You're welcome. You're welcome, Sarah. You take care. Patricia.
Hi, Becky. How are you?
Hi. I'm good, thank you, darling. How are you?
Good. I wanted to ask you if you can have a look and see when the U.S. Embassy in Rio will open.
The U.S. Embassy
in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil.
Okay. I'm not getting a date or a timeline for it when I go, and it goes back to connections to the White House, and the White House is kind of on lockdown. There's no one there. It's really weird. You're basically experiencing the collapse of the US government. Yeah.
So
I can't get a it's like when I go to the building, people are just clueless. They don't know what's going on. They've got no instruction, or there's no plan. There's no structure. So there's but there will be, but it will be a different way. Basically the structure's got to completely break down, and then other avenues have got to take place. It's like people losing their minds and then they've lost all that structure, and then they've got to create something else completely differently. That's what I see happening. It's like the whole America structure is going to break, and then but it's a good thing, it's not a bad thing, and then a whole new structure has got to take place with way more heart and compassion and love and everything like that. So the rules and the regulations and everything is going to disappear, but I can't see when that's going to happen. It's like I could put a date on it. I'm not even getting a date. I'm not even getting one at the moment.
So it sounds like top down. All the, like, nobody knows what they're doing sort of thing, and it's all running amok, and they don't know.
Yeah, people haven't got a clue. They've got, if you look at, so go to the White House, there's no one there. There's no one giving instructions at all. And then I go to the embassy, and it's like, don't know what's going on. Like, it's just, I just see the word shut down. So but it's like it has to, something else is going to be created in order to get that rolling again. It's going to be completely new, but I don't know what that is, but it just seems a lot easier.
Do you see somebody coming along that realizes that nothing's happening here, and all the agencies have to get back up and running, and somebody says, somebody's got to get in here and start getting things moving again? And do you see it as maybe a person showing up and saying, hey, like, things got to continue?
There's loads of steps that's got to happen. The American public have got to realize that they haven't got a government at the moment. There's no government as such. The military and everything like that, and then arrests are going to take place. There's lots of things are going to take place.
Do you still feel like you were saying?
Okay, was that one question? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay, you take care. I just want to get everyone done.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
You
you.
take care. Bye. Renee? Lorraine?
Hi, Becky.
Hey, honey. How you doing?
I'm good. Okay, so let me know if someone already asked this because I missed the beginning. But you've mentioned before that the soul chooses when we die and like there's never accidental death or anything. So I'm just wondering why the soul of the original Trump would have chosen to exit at such a crucial time. I'm just curious about that. Or what seems like a crucial time, like we'll be fine either way, but.
Okay, let me our reality is created from our belief structures, and he did have a fear of death. And believe it or not, the topple of what's 3D, what's going to take place or has taken place, we're just going to see it. Like I'm just seeing like he done all he can. Let me go into Gaia at the moment because I just feel like this is not real. So I'm just seeing his, I'm now seeing his body, and it's connected to outside of this universe, the energy of the Watchers. It's weird, I'm seeing cords going to his body and cords up. I don't know what this means. It's really odd. It's like he's dead, but his body's been kept alive. How do I explain this? It's like, you know, someone's on life support machine, but they're not there. They've got to turn the machine off to let him go. Just trying to get to his consciousness. If I can get to his spirit, I'm understanding of that now. So the spirit also can't be interfered with for some reason, but the light bodies can. Attachments can happen and beliefs and all that. So I'm just going to go right into the center of his spirit. So his intention was to break the illusion, control, and power in this reality. Yeah, as many people are, they break out of. So his intentions were really good. I asked why did he leave at that certain time, and the same thing, I done all I can, and it's a domino effect. So that domino effect is taking place. So there's certain dominoes that are falling over, there's a lot more dominoes to take place, but his death it set off a domino effect. It's really weird because it's like I get the feeling that the Watchers didn't want him dead, even though it's like they're trying to, they didn't want him dead. He shouldn't have died, even though they did. It's like but it's kind of mixed with the Watchers. I don't know, good and bad kind of thing, that kind of polarity that's in them. It's the intention of them is on both sides. But what he's put in motion, they can't undo. So yeah, I hope that helps.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You take care.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.
We have Tula. Oh no, she's not got a hand up. Sorry, just
Yes.
Oh, you have?
Yes.
Have to raise your hand.
Hi there. Hi, Becky.
Yeah, hi, Tula.
I was wondering, solfeggio frequencies, 528 hertz. Is that another scam, New Age scam, or is that really changing the DNA and frequencies for the better? So 528 hertz solfeggio frequencies, is that beneficial or not?
What, listening to that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask the question. I get the word yes. However, we all have individual frequencies that we emit, that come through us, and it's finding your natural frequency. You'll have a frequency that is natural to you, like everyone has a fingerprint that is unique to them. Your frequency is unique to you. So it's getting to the frequency that you naturally are, and that is different for every single person.
Yes, that's great. Thank you so much, Becky. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. You take care. Alexander.
Hello.
Hi.
Hold on. I was gonna.
No computer game questions like I was like, oh.
All right. So yeah, I hope you're doing well.
Thank you. You too.
My question concerns culture. So there, all the art and books we have around, and particularly movies. I guess a lot of movies have come out of Hollywood, which you have seen in the past has been a particularly dark place. But then some movies seem to mean a lot to people. And I can think of, say, Studio Ghibli, which I really admire the work of the producers who made that. I guess my general question is, what will happen to the recent movie culture and book culture and music culture going into the new split in reality? And if you had to narrow that down, maybe look at movies this time.
Okay. Can have a look. Right, so music and movies carry truth within them, and that truth comes from these movies and music. The controllers, they have no heart consciousness, they have no creativity, they don't, and find it very hard to actually understand it. So when somebody with heart watches a movie or listens to a song, they'll see way more into it than somebody of a controller. So there's lots of messages within movies and music that the controllers can't gain access to. They don't fully understand. However, how they've manipulated this, because they know their weakness, they have brought in people who do understand the creativity and get them to work for them in a way. So that there's two sides. There's messages from, if you look at when the new energy started to come in, which is in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, your music and your movies changed dramatically during that time. And the reason it changed dramatically is because of the new energy that came in and breaking down belief systems and seeing reality on a very different way than ever before. That will continue. However, the stuff that runs the actual, not the people that write the songs or write the movies, but the people that have the money to produce, and is all infiltrated. There's so much, and you actually don't need them. What you need is the creativity and the people that can express in a way to for enjoyment, and two, for you to understand more of reality. Hollywood's collapsed. So Hollywood and music is collapsing, and in a way, this is going to benefit creativity, because the forced creativity or has been in place, and you've had really non-talented people or less creative people in force due to control and manipulation from the companies. So that's going to, so you get, even though the talent's been there and it's going to shine even more, because there won't be so much control and manipulation on, and the money won't be of important. It won't be the money won't be the objective. It won't be the importance of it. So it will change, but in a really good way, and there will be more. I just see more color, more creativity, more really beautiful energy being able to shine through music and movies.
Wow, okay, that sounds really incredible. Thanks for looking into that. Yeah,
You're welcome.
To more movies like Moana coming out. It sounds like that'll be happening. Cool. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. You take care. PP?
Hello.
Hi, honey.
Can souls change their affiliations to their universes from one to the other? Thank you.
Ah, good question. Let me go and ask Soul.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go and have a look. How it naturally is, how it's naturally supposed to be, is that the soul stays in the universe the light bodies are in. However, due to the abuse and manipulation and control that's happened in this universe, there are people's light bodies are in actually another universe to keep that soul not entrapped, because of the entrapment of, they entrap the souls in like this massive machine around this universe. So the soul has to stay, it can't leave the universe, it has to stay within this universe, and it can't produce any more like light bodies as such, so it comes entrapped. But so there's a lot of people here, especially the blue ones, that their souls are actually in the other universe, and but it's not naturally supposed to be that way. What this does, one, it makes it it feels like for them, because the soul's so far away, it gives them the feeling that they're not from, that this is not their home, because their soul is so far away, not because of where they are or on planet Earth, it's because their soul is so far away. So if their soul is actually here in this universe, they probably wouldn't have the feeling that I'm not home, or I don't belong here, kind of thing. One of the reasons, one layer. What else? Yeah, so the answer to your question is there are souls in another universe, but it's not how it's supposed to be. It's just because we've been trying to get out of the crap that we're in. Does that resonate?
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
You're welcome. You take care, PP. Hugs. Renee? No. Okay. Last one is Lilia.
Hello.
Hiya.
It was a question about Putin, because I want to ask about Russia, and then my was turned off. Did you look at Putin today? You
Yeah,
did?
so I looked at Putin and his relationship with America, what's going on in America,
and
him as a person.
And if to look at Russia, like what's happening with Russia? Because in Russia, when I'm coming to Russia, it feels very, it always felt very dense. Like the energy there is so dense.
Yeah.
And Russia was in such a, historically, it was always tortured by everyone, like government and all of that. Is that any, and people are not awake really, because they are so in fear. So how is it for Russia generally? Will it be quick?
So above Russia, so you get these geometric structures over houses, people, places, countries, areas. There's quite a large one over Russia. This is a technology that emits certain frequencies down to the country, and all of Russia is covered. It's like the biggest probably geometric structure that I've ever seen. I just see what it emits down. This is, I suspect, the energy that you're feeling. It's not being emitted from the people as such, although it affects the people. It's actually coming from the sky downwards, and it also makes people sick. It creates a heaviness on their physical bodies. It brings them down. It ages them. It doesn't allow them to breathe. That needs to be taken down. I'm just going to take that down.
That's what I felt. It's not from a people, but if I'm there like 1 month or more than 1 month, I feel like I'm suffocated, like this, like so much of depression coming.
Yeah.
Basically, that's why I moved there to begin with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good find though.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You take care, Lilian. Big hugs.
Yeah. Thank you. Bye bye.
I think that's it, guys. So it was lovely. Thank you for coming. Some great questions. And if Stacey wanted to, I think that's amazing, Stacey, of editing and stuff. Yeah, I'm not tech savvy at all, so I wouldn't have any idea, but you're welcome to. So that it might be bits that come up, and I suppose it'll be easier so we don't keep asking similar questions or the same questions all the time. And you can go back and maybe put it in an archive. I think that would be really good. I do need a secretary, don't I? I might have to hire Stacey. Okay. Well, thank you. Lots of love to you all. And
Becky.
Thank you. And if you,
Thanks,
I
Becky.
may see you tonight at 6, who's on the gold group. So it'll be good to see you there. Okay, big hugs.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks,
Bye.
Becky.
Bye. Bye. Bye.